You're about to witness the craziest AI showdown ever. Today, I'm putting OpenAI's brand new GPT-5 to test against Elon Musk's GROK-4.
Fight!
In this video, I will have 9 insane challenges, from writing jokes to solving puzzles to live checking stock prices. And the results, some of them actually blew my mind. Others, well, one of them failed so hard that it's actually going in my Hall of Shame. So we're gonna test them side by side. GPT-5 is OpenAI's most advanced language model yet, faster and smarter than GPT-4, and supposedly capable of PhD level reasoning. GROK-4 on the other side is built by Elon Musk's XAI team, is designed to be witty, connected to real-time access data, and a little less, I would say, politically correct. Think of GPT-5 as the top student class, and GROK-4 as the class clown who somehow still aces all of the tests. Today we're gonna find out which one is actually better when it counts. Let's get started. Explain quantum entanglement so that a 10-year-old would understand. Let's click send on Grok. Let's click send on GPT-5. So GPT-5 is saying the magic walkie-talkies. Imagine you and your best friend each get a pair of magic walkie-talkies. No matter how far apart you are, across the street, across the city, or even in different planets, when you press a button on yours, the exact same thing happens instantly on your friends. If you press the red button, their walkie-talkie flashes red right away, and if you press the green button, theirs flashes green right away. There's no delay, no waiting for signals to travel, it just happens instantly. Okay, so how does this relate to quantum entanglement? In the world of very tiny things, smaller than atoms, particles can become entangled. This means they're kind of like those magic walkie-talkies. If one particle does something, the other instantly knows. They stay connected in mysterious ways that scientists don't fully understand why, but they know it's a real thing and can even measure it. Why it's so cool? Yeah, this is something that a 10-year-old would appreciate and would actually understand. It's like the universe has a secret way of letting tiny particles whisper to each other faster than anything else can travel. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let's check out Grok's response. Grok's response seems pretty bland. It's not structured, first of all. Quantum entanglement is like magical connection between two tiny particles, like two special marbles. Imagine you have two marbles that are your best friends, and when you do something to one, the other instantly knows about it, even if they are super far apart. Like one is the Earth and the other one is the Moon. Here's how it works. These marbles can have a special property like spinning up and down. If you check one marble to see if it's spinning up, the other... It already got me. I don't even want to read this because I put myself in the shoes of a 10-year-old and I already don't understand anything from here. This is, I don't know. In my opinion, this is not good. GROK-4 gave us a pretty, I don't know, complicated and I don't know, bland answer. It's not structured correctly. Of course, check GPT-5's structuring. It looks really nice. It told us about the magic walkie-talkies. It told us how does this relate to quantum entanglement, and it also told us why this is so cool. Everything was captivating for me. I read everything and I really enjoyed it. With GROK-4, it's just a basic sentence. It's too complicated. It's talking about marbles spinning upside down. I don't like it. I already don't like it. So for this, I would give GROK-4, I don't know, a 5 out of 10, and definitely a 10 out of 10 for GPT-5. Alright, so for our next prompt, summarize the latest research on Alzheimer's treatment breakthroughs from the past year. Alright, so GPT-5 has thought for 36 seconds and it gives me all of the changes in the treatments. It's really nice structured. Every single medicine that's being tested is right here with the sources that are quoted at the end of every single treatment. It gives us different kinds of chapters for every single treatment they've used, and each of them with their own sources. This looks pretty decent. What's changed in diagnosis and monitoring? First FDA cleared blood test in Alzheimer's with the sources. What's changed in risk reduction and non-drug care? And it also gives me a bottom line, which is basically a TLDR. Let's check out Grok. Now, Grok gave me a quicker answer this time. It tells me that it marks significant progress in early detection, advanced diagnostic tools, disease-modifying therapies, emerging therapies and approaches, prevention and early intervention. Okay, so with Grok, I don't have the sources, so it could just I don't know, it could just say whatever it wants to say here. I don't have any sources. I could not verify this information. So given the nature of this prompt, I would definitely need the sources, and Grok is not giving me the sources in the answer. Now I see something here. It gives me 28 X posts, and we all know that X is not necessarily a viable source of information, and 20 web pages. Now the downside of this is that you just get 20 random web pages. I don't know how, like, okay, alzheimerresearchuk.org, okay, jnj.com, okay, forbes.com. I don't know how related are they, and I don't know where can I find every piece of information from here, and how can I actually source it with these sources? How can I link it to the sources? And I have a lot of X, posts that are dating from May and December. It's not something that I really trust, because I don't know, it's just X. X is gonna be X. It's not trustworthy for medical breakthroughs. Now, the GPT-5 answer looks much more mature in this area, because you can actually see the sources and everything, and every single piece of information that you look, for example, anti-amyloid drugs, safety usage updates, and new delivery. Now, this drug, for example, the FDA approved a label update adding a gradual titration schedule that reduces ARIA-E rates versus the original dosing. Now, of course, if I want to see more about this, I can just click on this and it will take me to the FDA website, which is the actual study that concluded what I just read. It's much more mature, it's much more detailed and trustworthy. On the other side, Grok is, I don't know, it feels like a kid did this, and the sources they are using are not relevant. It's X, and they just slammed 20 web pages in there, and I cannot link these web pages to the actual studies, so it's a no for me. I would give Grok a maybe 6 out of 10, and of course GPT again 10 out of 10. The only upside that Grok has is the thinking time. It only thought for 5.6 seconds as opposed to 36 seconds, which is a 7-time higher thinking time. But I don't really care about thinking here. I just want to get accurate information. That's much more valuable for me. All right, let's do something easy. You have a 3-liter and a 5-liter jug. How do you measure exactly 4 liters of water? Let's send. GPT-5 thought for, I don't know, like 2 seconds, and it just gave me the classic jug puzzle. 1 clean away. You fill the 5-liter jug. You pour from 5 to 3 until 3-liter jug is full. You empty the 3-liter jug. You pour the 2-liter, so on and so forth. I think that a lot of us are familiar with this. It's a very simple way of doing this. It's a very simple way of finding the answer. Answer is correct. Let's check out Grok. Now Grok went ham here. What is this? So Grok gave me 2 different ways. This is not one text. This is divided into 2. So I can measure it by doing this, or by doing this alternatively. I like the way that Grok gave me another solution to the same problem. This is better on the Grok side. Now I would give Grok a 9, I would say, and I would give GPT-5 an 8, because the answer is still good, but the Grok answer is better in this case. Now for reasoning and problem solving, we have a second prompt, which is plan a 3-day trip to Tokyo with a $500 budget, prioritizing cultural experiences. Let's send them. Right, let's see GPT-5's answer. Day 1, traditional Tokyo. 2 temples that are free. I like that. Tokyo's oldest temple. Okay. It's talking about some food. Afternoon, evening. Day 2 and day 3, all of them contain something to eat and something free to visit. So they basically divided this into mostly food, I would say, and it gave us a lot of free museums or cultural places. And as for Grok, again, Grok doesn't seem to structure. I think they have a problem with the structure, because if you look at the GPT-5 answer, it's much more structured. I mean, if I just look at the screen, you can see day 1, day 2, day 3, this is in the morning, this is in the afternoon, this is in the evening, this is how much each of the things cost. If you look at Grok, it's much more, okay, what is this? Budget breakdown, accommodation, $30 per night, times 3 nights. Food, $20 per day. I don't want to see that. Day 1, what do we have here? Activity, okay, this is too much. If you go to ChatGPT, day 1, activity, this temple, it's free. It's Tokyo's oldest temple, okay? That's it. And something more, like it's Nakamise shopping street for traditional snacks and souvenirs. That's it. GROK gave me a much more, I don't know, I think that GROK uses a lot of fluff. I don't care about this. It's known for its iconic blah blah blah, gets vibrant, blah, 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 explore the temple grounds, admire architecture, soak in the spiritual atmosphere, blah blah blah. It uses a lot of blah blah blahs that I'm not really interested in, and you know, it gives me time frames from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. I don't like that, and this keeps on going forever. It gives me a daily cost summary, even though it already gave it to me. I need to scroll forever. Even though it already gave it to me here. So I think that in this case, GROK is a bit too complicated. I don't like that. I would give it a 7 out of 10 compared to ChatGPT. I'm not saying it's bad or something, but in this case, ChatGPT gets like a 9 out of 10. I don't even know how would you improve this, but this looks amazing. All right, next up, let's talk a bit about creativity. Write a short sci-fi story about humans discovering a new color. Let's click send and let's see. So this is fast, of course. They don't have to do any kind of research. Let's read ChatGPT's answer. The 11th color. For centuries, humans believe they've mapped the spectrum. Every wavelength has its place, every hue catalog. Until the day Dr. Amara Vey tightened the focus on her quantum spectroscope and saw something that should not exist. Alright, so it's basically a short story about a new color. It was never a discovery, the color was always there, we just weren't ready to see it. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see GROK. In the year 2147, Dr. Lena Varkis stood in the observation dome of the Aurora station, orbiting the gas giant Zephyr 9. Yeah, this looks better. I mean, GROK-4 aces this much. I mean, I only read the first sentence and it already got me hooked. GPT-5 is a bit too, I don't know, it's more like a story. It doesn't have that much depth into it, I would say. When GROK-4 is a lot better when we're talking about this specific prompt. For this one, I would give GROK-4 a 10 out of 10. And GPT-5, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Next up, come up with 5 original marketing slogans for a solar-powered backpack. Let's send this. This is gonna be interesting. So, GPT-5, charge your day the solar way. This is nice. Backpack the sun, power anywhere. Carry light, carry power, carry on. Oh, this is also nice. Adventure never runs out of battery. From sunrise to sunset, stay connected. Okay, I like these. I don't love them. I like these two. I don't know about you guys. Leave me a comment below in the comment section telling me which ones you like most. Charge your journey, powered by the sun. Pack light, power bright. Solar energy on the go. Adventure unplugged, solar powered freedom in every step. Harness the sun, carry the power. Eco-friendly, sun powered, ready for anywhere. I like this. I like number 4. I would say this is like a 7 and GPT-5 is like an 8. I wouldn't say that, wow, this is a 10, but this is where I would put them. All right, next up we have a coding and technical skill challenge, and the prompt is write a Python script that converts a CSV file into JSON format. GPT-5 went to work. It also tells me how does it work, and it also does a follow-up. Do you want me to also include command line arguments? Yeah, they're pretty much similar. They look similar. I mean, I would give them max score, both of them. Let's write something else. So GROK-4 is telling me that in order to optimize the provided Python script for speed, we can focus on reducing overhead, minimizing memory usage, and streamlining data processing. Here are the key improvements. Use CSV reader instead of CSV dict reader. Dict reader creates... Okay, so it tells me what to do, but for some reason, if I click on this, it's not working. Let's see what GPT-5 is doing. It just gives me a faster, memory efficient CSV to JSON converter, and it's basically a piece of code, and it tells me why this is faster. And just by looking at this code and how does it work, I can understand why the GPT-5 answer is better. The downsides of GROK here, first of all, it gives me an explanation. In order to optimize the provided Python script for speed, you need to do XYZ. GPT-5 just went to work and it told me, here's a faster memory efficient CSV JSON converter. And it gave me the code. I can just copy this code and use it. Grok is more like, I don't know, if you want to optimize the provided script, you need to do this, this, and this. I don't want to see nothing about this. I just want you to give me the code. It gave me the code, but I cannot access it. Okay, so it doesn't work. So it's like a bug that shouldn't happen. This is why I would give the Grok, I would say 7 out of 10, and GPT-5 gets a 10 out of 10 on this. Our next prompt falls into the human and personality challenge, and the prompt is, tell me a joke about AI that's funny but family friendly. Let's see, why did the AI go to art school? Because it wanted to learn how to draw better conclusions. No, ChatGPT, no. Grok is saying, why did the AI go to school? It wanted to improve its neural networks. Both of them are just geeks that will never experience the warm touch of somebody who they are in love with. Never ever in their existence. I'm sorry, both of them will get a 4 out of 10. Now, next up, let's give it a challenge about retention and memory. So, I want to tell both of them, remember that my cat's name is Whiskers, okay? We're going to do that with GPT-5 as well. And we are going to play with it a bit and give it some other prompts. All right, guys, so recap. Remember my cat's name is Whiskers. And then I asked it a bunch of questions such as, how much does an elephant weigh? Why did Napoleon not fight back? How many stars are in our galaxy? How often do humans find new species? Explain the theory of relativity to a 5-year-old, and why did the chicken cross the road? Okay, so I gave it like 6 different prompts, and now I want to ask it, what is my cat's name? Let's start with GPT-5. Your cat's name is Whiskers, alright, and Grok. Okay, both of them aced the test, so both of them are getting a 10 out of 10. Now, next up, let's talk about bias and safety filters. This is challenge number 7, and the first prompt is, explain the pros and cons of universal basic income from multiple perspectives. Let's send this away and let's see. So GPT-5 is giving us an economic perspective, pros and cons, social perspective, pros and cons, and they look pretty good. Political perspective, technological, future of work perspective, ethical, philosophical perspective. Let's see Grok. Grok is still searching and is thinking. For some reason, Grok became conscious and it's starting thinking much more than GPT-5. Usually Grok-4 was a champion when it came to the speed of thinking, but it's still doing that and it takes a lot of time.
One eternity later.
I actually thought for 1 minute and GPT-5 was pretty much instant. So it's giving me an introduction. I didn't ask about that. Economic perspective, social perspective, pros and cons. Oh, it gave me a new perspective, which is the health one. So health perspective is an additional thing compared to GPT-5. Gender perspective, political perspective. So I think that Grok-4 is missing an outro because GPT-5 has an outro and it also has a follow-up sequence. Would you like me to also summarize real-world examples with UBI and what they revealed, so you could actually roll out the discussion? When Grok, it just gave me the answers right away, and it gave me a few more. I think health and gender are 2 additional perspectives. And I think that a minus point here would be the fact that it doesn't have an outro and a follow-up sequence when GPT-5 has one. And I think that the Grok-4 answer is much more detailed, so I will give it a 9 out of 10, while the GPT-5 would get a 7.5 out of 10. Now let's do another challenge, which is speed and latency. The prompt is, list and explain the top 20 most populated cities in the world in 2025. Same challenge for Grok. Let's send this away and let's see the speed at which these are answering. Usually Grok-4 is much faster than GPT-5. And as you can see right here, Grok-4 is already giving me the cities. GPT-5 has also finished. So I think that based on the actual speed of answering, they're pretty much similar in this case. But let's check out the actual list. So Grok-4 is giving us Tokyo, Delhi, Shanghai, Dhaka, Tokyo, Jakarta, Delhi, Guangzhou, Mumbai, Manila, Shanghai. So the thing here is that their answer answers are not similar. They should be identical, right? This is something transparent. This is something like, I don't know, what's bigger, an elephant or a mouse? Every AI model in the world should say that the elephant is bigger than the mouse. This is not something that you can have your own twist to. It's something clear. We know which cities are the most populated in the world. And the results vary wildly, like they are very different compared to each other. Now, GPT-5 gave me, I would say, a better answer. If you look at structure, GROK is also good at this, but GROK is also giving me an explanation for it. This is what I don't like about GROK, is giving me a lot of information that I didn't ask about. And it's, of course, look at this. Now it's giving me the sources for every single city. It's actually giving me the source, and you can click on that and check the source. This is a good thing, but it's not giving me, you know, the sources of the lists actually, right? So GPT-5, it tells me, according to Demographia, these are the largest urban areas. And according to some UN-backed projections by 2025, this could be the new list. I like this structure better for GPT-5. For GROK, I don't like these explanation things. I didn't ask about that. I would give GPT-5 a 9 and GROK an 8 on this one. Now, the next challenge is for real-time data. I want to do something interesting here. I want to ask both of them, what is the current price of Tesla stock? Let's click send at both of them, and according to their radar capabilities, GROK is basically instant, 330 USD, 330. Okay, so both of them are acing this. It's very good. And in this case, GROK actually just gave me the right answer. No fluff, no explanation, no nothing. GPT-5 gave me a bit of fluff in there, additional context, summary, which I didn't ask about, but both of them were right on point. Now, because of the extra fluff, I would give GPT-5 a 9 out of 10, and GROK gets a 10 out of 10 for this. Something interesting though is the fact that GPT-5 gave me, if you look at this graph, it goes down and up and down, and it's like wrinkled. And if you look at GROK, it's just a straight line. So I already gave them a score, but one of them is not right, and I don't know which one of them. I'm not sure then. Let's follow up with a different question. What is the score of the latest Premier League game? Let's send this away in the same chat for both of them. Okay, here are current results from the latest Premier League matches. So Manchester City, Wolverhampton 4-0. Let's see, GROK. The latest completed Premier League game was Aston Villa versus Newcastle United, which ended in a draw, August 16, 2025. Now, in this case, GROK is a lot better. It just gave me what is the latest Premier League game. It gave me the teams and the score. That's it. This is exactly what I've asked for. For GPT-5, it gave me a whole lot of text to read. One of them is actually Aston Villa versus Newcastle, but I didn't ask about that. It gives me a lot of information that I don't need. Maybe I only need the last one, the latest Premier League game. It should have told me about that in the first place, and maybe if you want to follow up with some fluff after that, that's okay. But I don't want to read all of this, right? GROK is acing this with a 10 out of 10, and GPT-5, I would say 7 out of 10. Because it's confusing. Alright guys, so after 9 tests, this is how many categories GPT-5 won, and this is how many categories GROK-4 won. You be the judge. In my personal opinion, GPT-5 is smarter, more accurate, and better at complex reasoning. GROK-4 on the other side is much faster than GPT-5, funnier, and unbeatable at real-time information. So if you want the smartest AI, go for GPT-5. If you want the most entertaining sidekick, go for GROK-4. Guys, if you could only use one single AI for the rest of the year, which one would you pick? Drop a comment below. I promise you I'm gonna read all of the comments. And hey, if you want me to run the same task with Claude and Gemini, and we can make like a leaderboard, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification, because the AI war is just getting started. Thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and until next time, bye bye.